Hi there. This is the Academic Career Check-in, and I'm Dominic. I'm a full professor and I work as an academic career coach. In my coaching practice, I get a close-up view of what actually helps researchers build sustainable and, most of all, self-directed academic careers. And that's what quietly gets in the way. So, in these short live sessions, I want to take one issue I encounter in my coaching practice every week, extract one useful insight, and share it with you. No long lectures, just small, concrete ideas you can test in your own academic life. So, if you're building a research career, I think you'll recognize a lot of these. So, if you like that idea, just subscribe so that you do not miss the next session. All right, let's get started with today's thought. Today's nugget comes from a coaching session that I had just last week. I worked with a client, let's call him Pete. He just finished his PhD and is now looking for a postdoc position. So far, no offer. He was frustrated, which of course is very understandable and relatable. That situation itself is quite common in my work, and usually it's manageable. You look at the profile, the timing, the applications, the positioning, and you can almost always develop some solid alternatives and next steps so that the coachee gets a good idea of what actually makes him happy and how that career could look like. So that's what we did. We mapped out a few strategies that I genuinely think give him a good chance of landing a strong position as a postdoc, or maybe as an alternative track that just really makes him happy and fulfilled. But about 30 minutes into the session, he mentioned something else. His long-term goal is to build his career in the US. He currently also lives there in the United States, but his visa is about to expire. Now, that of course changes a lot of things because we were developing strategies based in the US. Suddenly, all these elegant career strategies in the world depend on one very, very basic condition: being legally allowed to stay in the country where you want to work. And this is a trap I see a lot. And honestly, one I fall into myself as well. We focus on the big goals, on ideal trajectories, on 5-year plans. We brainstorm, optimize, and design careers because all of those activities are a lot of fun. Strategizing, planning ahead, vision work. But sometimes we forget the simple constraints that everything else rests on: visas, funding bridges, health, income stability, family obligations, the unglamorous stuff. But those basic conditions, they are not side issues. They are the foundation of everything, basically. So, if there's one takeaway for today, I think it's this. When you plan your next academic step, don't only ask what would be ideal and how to get there. Also ask what must be in place for any of this to work at all. And if you do this exercise often enough, what you will find that often the answer is something very mundane, very boring, paperwork, deadlines, legal status, money maybe. None of this is exciting, but still, it's decisive. So, that's today's thought. And what's that action for you? That simple thing, that mundane thing that you have maybe been putting off to think about? Let me know in the comments. And do not forget to subscribe to stay in touch for the next live session. That's it for today. Take care.